Welcome to Ted and Mike's Tech Talk, where our goal is to provide key insights into Microsoft's latest announcements so you can take advantage of their vision and turn it into your value today. I'm going to be your host again, Ted Brown, Director of IT Architecture here in Tiva, and we're very grateful to have Mike Davies on the phone again from SureWeb.
Thanks, Ted. I'm excited to be here today. It's going to be an exciting session that we've got going on here today. We're going to be talking about Copilot agents and how you can build your own agents. We're going to show off how easy it is and how Microsoft can help you get started with that. So,
Fantastic. And
with that,
one before we get started, I'm curious, does this cost anything extra for a person that has Microsoft Office or Business Basic, Business Premium, anything extra you have to pay for this today?
No, actually, today, the functionality that we're going to be showing off is going to be free functionality with Copilot Chat, which is the free version of Copilot. So this is accessible to anybody that has a core Microsoft license. It's pretty exciting stuff. They've brought a lot of that great functionality from the paid license down to the free version. So today we're going to be showing off how you can really supercharge your own productivity with the use of agents and how easy it is to create. So with that, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to jump right in and show off a little bit of this functionality, and I'm going to create an agent here on the fly. So this is something that is pretty exciting. It sounds complicated at first, but it is really easy to do. So we're starting off here in my Microsoft 365 Copilot desktop application. You could also do this from the web and get the same interface here. And I've got this little button here that says create agent. So that's where my starting point is. If I want to create an agent, I can click on this and start. So let me preface first, why do I want to create an agent? What's the purpose of an agent? It's going to be something that helps answer similar questions, gives similar responses in a consistent manner each time. This is something that I might do on a repeated basis, that I need to find information or get similar types of answers on a consistent basis. That's where I'm going to create an agent. So this is the starting point. You have a couple of different options here, and I'm going to start with the describe the agent that I would like to create. So you can see here, I'm going to use Copilot to create a Copilot agent. So I get to describe in natural language what I would like to create. So you can see here, it's prompted me to start by describing the agent I would like to create. And I'm not gonna make you guys watch me type out what I want. But essentially, I'll start it off and then I'll add in some of the instructions that I've come up with. But I would like to create an agent that builds LinkedIn posts for my technical audience.
Now it's just coming together, Mike. That's one thing that might be helpful to understand. When you're looking at this agent, are you looking for something that's only doing something for yourself or maybe something for others as well?
Yeah, it could be something that's just for me. So this could be something that's very specific, just to me, just to my role. It's something that I want to learn about. You can see here, there's some career coaches, and we'll get into some of these templates. But this is also something that can be used by multiple people that you can share once we've created it. And I'll make sure to show that portion of it off and how you can do that. So this agent has been set up to generate LinkedIn posts for a technical audience, focusing on engaging, informative, and relevant content. So it's already picked some trends, how-to guides. It's given me some starter prompts here, and it's given me a name suggestion. So LinkedIn post builder. That sounds great. Yes, that's great. So we can get started here. It'll ask me a few more questions about how I would like it to respond, what I would like it to do here. What would I like it to be focused on? So I'm going to go through and provide some of the thoughts that I already had around this. So I'll post it in here. I want to specifically do this around events. So not necessarily just tech trends, but I want it to talk about events that I'm going to be going to in the community. I'd like to be able to post a registration page via URL and then have it extract some of that information to make it a part of the post. So if I was to go ahead and do that, here's the post, the kind of extra details I would like it to have as instructions. So as I add in these instructions, it's going to refine and add that. So now that I've gotten a response here, it's asking if I'd like to add any original knowledge sources. In this case, there aren't any knowledge sources I would like to add, but it's entirely possible to include public URLs or a particular file. So a really interesting way that you can do this is to have it reference a singular file within your environment if you've got a local file that you want to save to it. So there is the option in a paid version here to reference SharePoint. It's on the paid side. If you're referencing your business data other than one document, then it becomes a paid consumable type environment. But for our purposes here, there's no knowledge source that I necessarily want to create here.
And I think in the future, we'll probably do a Ted and Mike talk on the Copilot Studio aspect of this, of building agents that can actually dive deep into your actual SharePoint data. That does come with a paid version, but the best thing about here is this is all a free application that's available to you today with the current license you're using.
Yeah, exactly. So in this case, I think I've done a pretty good job of describing what I would like to see with this agent, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the configure tab button here. And now I can see what I've created. I can see here that I have the instructions that I've created, a description of what I would like the agent to do, naming for it, and then the capabilities, knowledge sources, and where I would like this to sit, as well as some starter trends, or starter prompts here. So this is kind of the starting point. If I want to get a little more granular, then I can go in here and add in particular topics. So if this was the case, I could go in here and say every post should include hashtag SureWeb and hashtag Intiva. So I can go ahead and go, okay, you know what? That looks good. I feel good about this particular agent. I'm going to go ahead and save this. So as that's creating, I can now go right to that agent and start utilizing it. As Ted, you mentioned, there's the share button here. So I have the ability to then share this with specific users. I can go in and share this with a colleague. If you've got the ability, you can share it with anyone in your organization. Or I can keep this just for myself. And then I've got a link that I can share out to whomever I want to share this with, because this might be applicable to more than just one person. So,
and I probably imagine best practice is always to have it set to yourself, play with it, iterate with it, and make sure you're set with it before sharing to others.
Yeah, absolutely. While I'm in the configuration page, I can utilize this. I can utilize this kind of window on the right here for testing. So in this case, I want to create an industry insight. So I'm just going to use one of the starter prompts here. So share an insight about cybersecurity challenges. So I'm going to start there, see what it produces. And there we go. I've got a pretty good content. I like that it includes some of the emojis. It includes the hashtags that I asked it to include. It's going to talk about some of the different aspects contained within the post. I'm going to use this, copy it, bring it into LinkedIn, make it a little more human, before I post it, but uh, I can also tailor this towards my own writing style, my own language style, so that it feels a little bit more like me. Uh, and really, that's the extent of it. It is really not that difficult to create an agent. Uh, I I picked this topic because need to post on LinkedIn. Um, I find it very difficult to remember to post on LinkedIn. And then when I get there, I get writer's block instantly as I'm trying to think of the thing that I want to say or how I want to say it. So this agent gets me 80% of the way there as a starting point to help me write those posts.
And I think that's very amazing, because for me, what I always think about Copilot is it's actually that Copilot thing helping you get a little bit further, your personal assistant along the way. And with no extra cost to you, you have something, you get instant value out of this. Something you would have had to spend time on before. Now you only have to spend about 20% of it and you get done right there. So I think really just trying to take a look at your workflow out there. Like, what can I help streamline? What am I doing on a continuous basis? And you create all these mini little agents to help you get you further down the line to take care of these, I would say, administration tasks that you have to do. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just curious, when you're building this the first time, how long did it take you to get this started?
Yeah, so the one that I have already created, you can see it here, event social media bot. It took me all of 5 minutes. Like I was slowing down to show how to create it here. It was faster the first time I created it, and updating it has been pretty minimal. So it's really 5 minutes. Uh, the finding the use cases and the areas where you can deploy an agent, utilize it successfully is more is the tougher part, is finding the thing that you want to use it for.
I have a new use case I want to show off here. So let me take the share here
Yeah.
real quick. And I think Mike, you did a great job explaining how to create one from scratch. And if you're a newbie coming in here, you might not have the Microsoft Genius tagline in front of you, and you just want to just see what you can dabble in. I think the best part for me is utilizing the templates that they have available and seeing what you can do with it, so you can actually get an idea of the construct of how these agents work. So I'm looking at the same screen that Mike showed beforehand. This is my Microsoft 365 cloud.microsoft.com location. Again, it's just your regular Copilot chat location. Got the same agents here. This is my screen here, so I don't have much in it. And this is a free license. If you guys joined us last time, this is my Tomorrow's Firm Today link, which does not have a Microsoft paid Copilot edition in it. So it doesn't have the researcher and analyzer in it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and click Create Agent. And when I click Create Agent, it's going to bring me the same page you saw on Mike's screen. However, I'm going to go take a look at the templates. And there is a bunch of free templates available right from the onset. So at first step, take a look at these, see what makes sense. But the one I thought that might be helpful is when you're trying to think of an idea what to do, especially if you're starting off with Microsoft Copilot or any Chat GPT type of things, you need to figure out how to prompt into it. And half the battle is making sure you do the right prompt. So there is in here a template for creating a prompt coach. So I'm going to go ahead, do this here, and we go to configuration button. And so I didn't have to put any of the instructions of what you had to do. That I had to tell it what to build because of the template had already brought it across. And you can see here, these instruction sets tell you what exactly it's going to do. And it kind of gives you a layout of how it might look like if you're going to build your own. So if you want to build your own, you could take a look at a template, see the construct, and mimic that to fit your needs. So you can see here, this is the purpose of this chatbot here, is to help produce a correct prompt that might help you out do what you're trying to get out of Copilot or a different chat application. What I'm going to do is come into here, and we are going to take a look at, well, actually the key piece here, what I found interesting is when you take a look at this, it does not allow you to do anything else except for adding in additional websites. So if I had the paid edition, I could actually come in here, put like a shared OneDrive location or a SharePoint location. So that's going to be the difference of utilizing the paid edition versus a non-paid edition. So I don't have applications here to drop it in a file, but I could put in a website that was interested to me. So I'm going to say this looks great. on the right-hand side over here, now I can do the testing of what this actual agent can do. So I'm going to go and let's build in what we want this to do. So I'm going to say, I would like to build a prompt to help build an executive brief with a SWOT for our department. And what I've expected to have happen here is going to bring back what a good prompt would be to help facilitate my thought process on this. And it's doing exactly that. It's telling us what the goal should be, what the content wants to be, what context we're trying to get out of this prompt, the source and expectations. So I can go ahead and copy this into hopefully Copilot, put it in there, and you maybe use the GPT-5 to actually help produce this information and give me the content I'm trying to get out of it. So if you're stuck on trying to figure out what to do, recommend build an agent, build it for helping you figure out what kind of prompt you want to build and go from there. And if you want, maybe you can even use the prompt to generate ideas for other agents and how to correctly put it together. So you can make these things work for you.
That's a great idea. I know I've used brainstorming with Copilot to help me find additional AI and agent opportunities. While it's going through and creating your agent, I will say kind of the use cases, there's 3 areas where I find creating an agent is appropriate. And it's going to be when I have to do something on a repeated basis, when something takes a long time, or it's something I don't want to do. And if it hits all 3 of those, that is an excellent use case for an agent. I would start there. You're going to get the most return on value starting there.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Mike, for joining us again on doing this demonstration of how you can actually get some extra value out of your license today. Please take a look at Create Agents, give it a shot, see what you think. If you have any suggestions for other topics as well, please let us know. We're happy to bring other stuff to the table as well, so open to further suggestions. And I think we'll be talking about the same time next month as well. So, Mike, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Talking to you all soon.
All right, thank you. Bye now.